So the thing that defines us as a nonprofit is we want to ensure we are accessible for everybody, and we want to make the community better by being there. So the scholarships for membership, we offer things like swim lessons to kids who might not otherwise get swim lessons. We partner with different communities. I've had students who have never been in water before. And here in Michigan, you're never more than 6 miles from natural water.
No.
So how scary is that? Like, this is a life-saving skill for us to be able to teach these children to swim.
The opinions expressed in the following program are those of the producer and not necessarily those of WKTV Community Media.
Hello, West Michigan. This is Grand Tap Media Business TV. My name is Pamela Keim, your host. The spirit of the show is to introduce West Michigan to all the businesses, nonprofits, individuals that can help us thrive in our lives. Well, today's guest is a personal friend of mine. I am excited to have her on the program because everybody has heard of the YMCA. But there's branches of the YMCA that are a little different. They have a little bit of a twist to them. They specialize sometimes in different things. And you might drive by one and kind of went there when you were young. Maybe you learned how to swim. And maybe you have other friends that do the YMCA. You're like, what else do they do? Well, this guest today is going to share what the Visser family YMCA in Granville, which is true to my heart because I share on the board there, what that has to offer people of West Michigan and what the mission of the YMCA is in our community. So I want to welcome the executive director, Becky Haveman, to the show from Visser Family YMCA.
Thank you, Pamela. So good to see you.
All right. Thank you for being on my show.
Yeah.
I've been excited to have you on. And Grant, well, you know, I've been serving on the board of Visser Family YMCA since like 2014. And I raised my family in Granville. We were members of the YMCA. It was like a home away from home for my children. They rode their bikes. They learned, they did amazing things for my children that I trusted in them. And that I even talked about I'm going to talk a little bit about my son who was having problems, and the YMCA helped step in and help him, veer him on the right path. All right, I want you to tell us, you know, for my audience out there that may know the YMCA teaches swimming lessons that we all grew up with, that many of us know, maybe exercises, but there's more to the YMCA.
So much more.
You know, and I want to show what's your role. I said you were the executive director of the Visser. What is the YMCA? If I drove by it, I was new in the community, I want to get plugged in to what's going, you know, something like an important thing in the community. I always say is the YMCA, the post office, the fire department, whatever. What is the YMCA if you were new?
Thank you. So first of all, the Visser Family YMCA, we aren't somewhere you would typically just drive past. So we are located in Granville on Fair Lanes and 36th, so just off Chicago Drive, kind of near the Terry Hall roller rink, and tucked back in there by Granville Early Education and Mars Hill Church. We've got a little bit of everything at the Visser Family YMCA. We have 2 full basketball courts, a lot of fitness equipment, both cardio, free weight, strength. We offer many, many group exercise classes from yoga and Pilates to body pump and bar classes, indoor cycling.
I know.
We also have 2 pools. So like you said, we offer swim lessons. Many, many people tell me they learned to swim at the Y. In fact, my grandfather learned to swim at the Grand Rapids Y down on Library. I know.
It is true. Most people will tell me, you know, it's just you just learn how to swim there, right? They have no idea the programs, right? Okay.
Yeah, so we also have water aerobics. For all ages, we often have some moms who are getting close to delivering babies join those classes, and all ages in water aerobics. Then we also have a lot of childcare programming. So we have a GSRP classroom in my building. Love seeing those little kiddos. They're there every day for preschool. In the summertime, we run summer camp. So parents who work and need a place for their children over the summer, drop them off. We provide care from, I believe, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. and keeping those kids engaged and active and learning all summer long.
And that's the one thing I did learn. I didn't need the child care because my children were able to be on their own when we joined the YMCA. But when I walked in, and I'm just like, there is a child for you. That people are thinking, I can't go because I have small children. I can't work out, which is so important to being a vibrant mom and getting into your activities and feeling strong for your family.
Yeah.
There is a place that you have
there. So we have a kid zone where everybody with a family membership can drop their children off for up to 2 hours a day. I typically say you have to be in the building and it has to be legal, but other than that, I don't care what you do.
You want to sit up and have coffee at the coffee
If you want to sit and have
2 hours.
coffee, if you want to read a book, we have a number of people who work remotely and so may drop their kids off to do some focused time. If you want to take a shower without them interrupting, have at it.
Yeah, well, it is. I wish I would have known that when my kids were small, but there are people that do that. They would just drop their kids off. And you can leave them for what, 2 hours?
2 hours.
Okay, and that's plenty of time to work out and then get your shower in, which that was one thing I loved about the YMCA. I used to go there in the morning.
Yep.
At 5:45 was the first class. Dixie, you know, I know she's retired now, so if she's out there listening. But anyways, go there, worked out. My son, that was having trouble, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to bring him with us, and he was able to connect to people that played basketball. And that was more his field of having fun, was playing basketball with older adults and, you know, teenagers and stuff like that. And then I got out, took a shower, and then I was able to get ready for work, and then we walked out the door. He went to dropped him off to school, and I went off to my office.
I love it.
Great.
I love it.
I did it for years. I loved it. It was my place to go. And it was just the idea that you could work out, or you could go upstairs and you could meet and connect with people and doing like a fun with Dixie, those exercise classes, building strength. Is that what I want to say? Muscle?
Yes, we offer both cardio classes and strength classes. My personal favorite is the body pump. I do that on Tuesdays and Fridays, and I do far more strength training than I would do on my own, because there's just something about being surrounded by a whole community of people doing it with you.
That's right. And then they used to have spin.
Yep.
They still have spin.
We
I used to
offer
do spin
indoor
twice
cycling.
a week.
Yep, indoor cycling.
And so that's another thing, and that's in a room, and we're all trying to, you know, get that biking in. Okay, so you have the swimming classes, you have the daycare. Well, kind of like it's just for 2 hours. Correct?
The kid zone, yep.
Right. And then you have the exercise and what else? And now let's talk about, I'm on the committee to help, and on the board is the after school program.
Yes.
Let's talk about what you guys do in the community to help out, you know, to engage in the community and help the community thrive. So there's some really important called the impact program.
So our goal as a Y is to make every community where we are a better place because we're there. So a number of years ago, the community came together and said, you know what, we need a space for our middle schoolish children. They're a little bit too old for daycare, a little too young to be at home all by themselves.
Going through puberty,
all those hormones and stuff. How could you help?
Yes.
And so the Impact Program was born. Our Impact Program is completely grant and donor funded, thanks to some very generous donors. And so we provide a space for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders to be after school. So Granville and Jenison schools bus students to us.
Okay.
We have over 50 kids involved in the program this year. We do some homework help, we do some social emotional learning, physical activity, of course, and also just some general how to be a friend to other people.
Right.
We've had the opportunity to bring them swimming at times, do some swim lessons. We feed them a snack, although the snack can be like macaroni and cheese or tacos or whatever. So I think for a number of the students, it is their dinner. And so it's just a great space for the kids to be in a supportive, loving environment. And then their parents pick them up on the way home from work and they head home.
Well, and one thing about it, and I always tell people that when I share about the impact program, you know, maybe your kid's a little bit, as we want to say, is nice, clunky in school. Maybe they don't have a lot of friends. All right, so and they have grown up with these kids, and maybe they just haven't found their niche of where they belong.
Yes.
We all want to belong somewhere. Okay, going into the impact program, you're going to get kids from other schools, you know, because you have, you know, the Hudsonville, Jenison, they all come in, and then meeting some new kids that you can start from ground zero. Yeah. They don't know you from, you know, 5th grade, you know what I'm saying, kindergarten or whatever. They only know you for who you are today. And I said, it's a great opportunity to make those friendships because we all need friends. And you guys know that.
I love that you said belong because that is one of our key pieces. We want to make sure people know and feel like they belong. Whether they are an infant in the kids zone, whether they are an impact student in the after school program, whether it's a senior citizen who for the first time is retired and is getting out, maybe has lost a spouse and is starting to build new friendships. Every single person belongs at the YMCA. We want everybody there.
And it's huge. If you have not been there, it's just not like going to the regular fitness place with just it's a huge building and there's other places to go. There's places to sit and have a cup of coffee, maybe have, you know, maybe even a quick, you know, meeting if you had, there's circle tables. And then let's talk about, you know, let's talk about the seniors.
Yeah.
I noticed when I was there, we called them the table of knowledge.
Still there.
When my son wasn't listening to me as much as he should as a mother, they took the role as calling him out and saying, I said, you need to get ready, get for school. And he would push back and like, I'm going, Mom. And then you'd get these tables full of older gentlemen and women and say, hey, listen to your mom, get ready. And so share a little bit for the seniors out there saying, there's no place for me to learn, and they might want to get back into fitness and get that exercising. And then what you can get at this table of knowledge, people that are there in the morning, they've been there for years.
Well, I'm going to tell you about one of our members. He recently lost his wife and came in and wanted to try this thing called pickleball for the first time.
Oh, that's so good.
I know, and our pickleball crew just took him under their wing, and they said, here's how you do it, and gave him a paddle and taught him, and he's there every day now playing pickleball with others, all ages. And that's one of our big things is we don't want to say this is a senior-only program, this is a...
Well, you have all kinds of programs.
All kinds of
things.
But
I mean, the table, it's just older people than I was that, they went there, they wanted to stay fit, they wanted to meet people, and they wanted to connect. And that was an opportunity for them to do that under that one big umbrella.
I have some members who come in and just drink the coffee. I'm not sure they exercise at all, and that is completely fine.
We need to connect.
We need to connect. Relationships are important in that sense of community, so if that's what somebody needs, I am thrilled that we can provide it.
All right, so share with us, besides the Visser, which I have a heart for, we all know, I always talk about it and share it all the time. All right, besides that, how many sites do you guys have?
Yeah.
And you guys are growing.
We are.
Could you share, and I guess each one have a little bit of their own little style.
They do.
How to meet the community, like downtown kind of meets the what do you call it, the college students.
Yes.
A little bit. And then you have some other ones. So share a little bit of what you have out there, because people may not even know how many YMCAs are in our West Michigan.
Yes, here in West Michigan, we are a part of the YMCA of Greater Grand Rapids. So we have 6 facility locations currently. The Lighthouse YMCA in Lowell, David D. Hunting in downtown Grand Rapids, Wolverine Worldwide up in Belmont, the Mary Free Bed Y over in Cascade, the Spartan Nash Y near Metro Hospital, and then the Visser Family YMCA. And then we also have an overnight camp. So Camp Manitoulin is a resident camp and day camp down kind of Middleville area. Fantastic program. My kids do it every year. It's wonderful.
Love it. Yes.
Yeah, so we've got the 6 facilities plus our camp here as part of the YMCA of Greater Grand Rapids. But there are over 800 YMCAs across the country. I think they say we're in over 10,000 communities.
Right. Well, I remember when I went to the 150 year. So that's how old the YMCA.
The Grand Rapids
YMCA, and the Grand Rapids YMCA. Okay. And then that's what they've done. And then when I talk to people, I tell them everything they do in the community, because you're there. They have summer programs. They have summer camp. They have a food. Is it a food?
Yes, we have a veggie van, which is a mobile farmers market. So within our community, there are some food deserts, places where you can go buy a bag of Doritos, but you can't buy any fresh fruit. And so our veggie van is a mobile farmers market that goes to those neighborhoods. We accept SNAP and EBT and food stamps and all that, but helping to make healthy foods more accessible to everyone.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't choose healthy foods is because it's not there, and it's so much easier to go walking into a convenience store and picking up, and they don't realize, you can eat this today, but what impact that will do on you in 5 to 10 years.
Or it might be that you don't even know how to prepare the healthy foods. And so we also offer some cooking classes. Here is a parsnip. What is something you could do with that? Some of us, myself included, might not really know what to do with a parsnip.
No, and what to add that with. And I always think cooking's always good. And there's always people that went through years of difficulties. I would say the Depression or the 40s, and will tell you how you can make a healthy meal quickly.
Yes.
And for your family, and that's what you want to do is just put that food on the table so you can have that family time. All right, so let's talk about the cost of the YMCA.
Sure.
We get pros and cons of what it costs to be part of the YMCA, but you do have programs for people that are not able to meet that monthly fee. So share what would it be an average cost for a person, and you have one individual as opposed in family.
Yeah,
correct?
we have a variety of different membership categories, from a young adult to a senior couple and a family and a adult plus one. So I couldn't even ballpark the prices. But the price does always include, like I said, those 2 hours of childcare. It includes all of our group fitness classes. So you could go in and try yoga today and try cycling tomorrow and pickleball the next day. So it really, once you're in, everything is included. For an adult, the only things that wouldn't be included would be massage and personal training. So kind of that one-on-one type stuff. So I believe prices per month range from $25 a month to $127 a month. But if that is not doable, we are committed to ensuring we are accessible to everybody in our community. So we have an annual campaign where our generous donors help provide the money that we're able to then provide scholarships for people. So you can apply online, grymca.org. It or immediately checks and tells you whether or not you qualify, and then you can come in and we'll get you started. Once you're in the membership gate, nobody knows if you're paying full price or they're on scholarship. We want everybody there to be a community together.
And you are able to travel, like people go down south.
Yeah.
Like, you know, going to Alabama, you go to Florida during the winters. If you are part of the YMCA, you can get plugged in with your membership to those facilities, correct? It's across the board.
About 90% of the YMCAs across the country participate in nationwide reciprocity. We call it away, always welcome at any YMCA.
Okay.
And so yeah, you go in and you say, I'm a member at the Grand Rapids Y, and they'll be like, great. And you can use it while you're visiting.
All right, so let's talk about anything else going on. Like I said, what makes the YMCA different from the pro fitness? We talked about a lot of it, but if you were talking to me at an event, I'm like, well, why wouldn't I pay, like I said, $19.99
Sure.
as opposed to the YMCA? I can tell you a million reasons, but what would you say to somebody?
So the thing that defines us as a nonprofit is we want to ensure we are accessible for everybody, and we want to make the community better by being there. So the scholarships for membership, we offer things like swim lessons to kids who might not otherwise get swim lessons. We partner with different communities. I've had students who have never been in water before. And here in Michigan, you're never more than 6 miles from natural water.
No.
So how scary is that? Like, this is a life-saving skill for us to be able to teach these children to swim. We were partnering last year with a group, and the counselor who brought him in, when it was done, he said, you know what, I've never learned to swim. I'm going to sign up for lessons as an adult.
Well, you know, sometimes people are bad. I will tell you, my daughter became a lifeguard. So it's just like, okay, there's a difference of swimming in the backyard than having lifeguard skills. And I'm not worried about her at all when she goes into the oceans or lakes or whatever, because she knows what to do, because she learned how to do, you know, being a lifeguard. And you do offer, you know, people that type of skill.
Yes.
And they could even go on to be a lifeguard if there's an opening, and you guys offer how.
Yes, we offer the pay. Yep, we pay for your training. And actually, we are opening in partnership with the Caledonia School District, the Caledonia Community Center, coming up. That one has 2 beautiful pools, and it'll be the first pools in the community. So we are looking for lifeguards for that space, which we anticipate might be a little more difficult because there hasn't been a pool. So especially for there, we're looking for lifeguards who are able to come and help us open that pool.
Well, it is a big expense. We will share at the budget on keeping the pools maintained.
Yes.
And having a lifeguard there is a huge expense. And so that's why you guys raise money to provide that service to the public. So do you have any fundraisers coming up, or what major fundraisers do you do during the year? Where do you get your funding from?
Yeah, so our funding comes from a variety of sources. The Saturday before the 4th of July every year, we have the Buck Creek Run.
Love it.
I know, it's part of the Granville 4th of July.
It's a kickoff for the 4th of July celebration.
It is. So I believe this upcoming year it will be like June 28 or something. I forget the exact date. But it's always the Saturday before the 4th of July.
You can run and walk, and you can, you know, skip for a weekend.
Sure can. Sure can. We'd love to have you come out. So we have that one. We also have we have a golf outing in conjunction with all of our other Ys locally here. And then we have a number of generous donors who just give outright gifts. They believe in the work we're doing, whether it's specific to that impact program, whether it's designated for scholarships for membership, people who just say, I am excited about what the Y is doing and I want to be a part of that.
And you just had your Hour of Impact, correct?
We did just have our Hour of Impact.
I saw it was very successful, saw it all over social media. I was sorry I was out of town when that happened. And that was at Meyer Gardens?
It's at Frederick Meyer Gardens,
Okay.
Yep. It's a breakfast every November. The last couple of years we've had a panel of speakers, so local community leaders come in and are a panel, and then we also hear a lot of testimonies from people who have really had their lives changed by the Y.
Well, and like I said, I will just share with you real quickly. My story was my son, young, and he was into that clunky, getting close to puberty, and not hanging around the best people. Didn't have, you know, a real clear what he should do. I don't. As a parent, you don't know. You have one child that is a little bit off track, right? You're just like, what can we do? Well, it wasn't working what I was doing, so finally I said, you know what? I was at the store and I saw the YMCA. Something on the flyer or whatever, and I'm just like, well, let's just check that out. And so I checked it out, and I joined the YMCA, and then he was able, as a family, all my children were able to be part of that. And I will tell you, you know, after about a few months, he connected to people at the YMCA. There was a lot of college students that worked there, and they resonated with him. They understand his temperament, and he was able to help him, guide him, and he knew all their names. And so the biggest joy I ever had, I will share that, Becky, is when I would run into the YMCA when we were there, when I was in the parking lot, and I walk in and he knew all the names.
I love it.
And they would say, son, give out his name. I don't want to say which one it is, but and it's like, do you have your card? He goes, my mom's right behind me, whatever. And he came in and he knew all of them, and he used to have teen night back in the day, and he was involved with all of that, and he was able to make friends. And he was a very safe environment. And he would ride his bike there after school.
I love it.
I'll meet you at the YMCA, Mom, because I'm going to go there, and because I didn't get out of the work till 5, and he got out earlier, and he wanted to go there and meet his friends. So I knew when he was there, he felt very safe, that he was being watched because of everybody. And there was you have a youth of employees that can resonate with somebody like him, and put him in check.
Yes, it is great.
Best.
We are often a first-time employer for young people. So having people, their first-time job, what a better place than a place like the Y to help you learn that, oh, you have to go to work when you're scheduled. You have to be on time. You have to have your uniform, all those different pieces. So we hire, I think at 15, 16, 17-year-olds, which is fantastic.
That's great.
Yeah.
At 15, so what can they do? Are they at the desk, or they're walking around?
No, not at the desk. So my 15-year-olds can ref some of the young basketball games. They can be scoreboard for basketball. They can work in our facilities department. At 16, you can lifeguard, do a number of work in kids zone.
So you do have basketball for kids? And I will tell you too, they put him in the basketball. He tried out for the basketball team or whatever. He got picked because he wasn't as good for high school.
Not try out. You just sign up.
You sign up.
You sign up.
Well, he didn't make the, because there's only so many students. Ken, and Granville's a big school, different. And he was able to be on a team, and he loved his coach. Absolutely loved his coach.
Love it.
And he was just, he was just thrived, and I was so happy, and I think it changed everything for him.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? So he did that for a few years, and he loved being on the team, and he learned to be a team player, and he met so many people. So I always tell people, you know what, if your kids, needs a little bit of direction, just try it out.
Yep.
There's programs there.
It's a great place just to try out different things. I've heard of ballet. I have no idea let's put my child in a month of ballet, or basketball, or taekwondo. My daughter is doing basketball right now. She's 6. Saturday morning, she was so confident. She got a rebound on defense, held onto that ball, and ran clear across the court. Didn't dribble a single time, but she was confident.
And everybody's like,
and everybody was cheering.
Yes, and everybody thought it was so sweet. And that is one thing about the YMCA. They help build. But all right, so is there anything that we didn't share today that I didn't cover, looking at my notes and the questions? Is there anything you want to share with our audience?
I think that's about it. Mostly just we want you to be a part of the YMCA, whether as a member or as a donor. There's a way for you to be involved in helping us meet our mission of making our community a better place.
Okay, so can you tell our audience where, and I'm sure they could just find it on social media, but where do you find more information on the YMCA?
Yeah, so our website is grymca.org. That would have everything you need.
Yeah, just go on social media. You'll be, with the world the way it is, you'll be connected, and of course you'll hear all the testimonies, see all the pictures. You can go to my Facebook page. You can see a lot of the pictures I have at the YMCA. But I want to thank Becky Haveman for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know what? Love the YMCA. Love being on the board, and I'm excited about the new the Caledonia opening up and serving the community, and us keep growing. And I couldn't be more happy to see people thrive at the YMCA. All right, so this is Pamela Keim from Grand Tap Media. We want to thank you for being here today. We will catch you next time. Take care, everyone.